What's up, people? This is Gian Talk Sports, and what a sports week it's been. For those of you that listen to the podcast or watch my first video, I apologize. I said I was going to try to do this on a weekly basis, and I have not. Also, for those of you that listen to the podcast, you know, most of my sports talk is about Bay Area sports and or USC football. So we're probably going to stick to that for today. Very impressive win by USC over ASU this past Saturday. A lot of people are excited about it. You know, a lot of the Clay Helton supporters are like, look, we're giving him a chance. He's turning things around. And while that may be true, I think we're being misled a little bit because the talent of USC versus ASU was just huge. The disparity between the two teams talent-wise. And I think the score proved that. It was evident that USC is just a way more talented team despite the coaching. I think a lot of people are impressed because ASU went into the game 4-0, but that 4-0 record was a little bit hollow. They beat up a lot of lower level teams, including an FCS team. So, I mean, you got to take everything with a grain of salt. Does this win save Clay Helton's job? I mean, I think it helps his case to stay on, but I still believe he'll have to win out. This Saturday, the Colorado team that's coming to the Coliseum is no joke. I mean, they haven't beat the best teams either this season, but they just boat raced Oregon, who we've lost to, I don't know how many times in a row. And even though Oregon's down, that's still at Oregon in Eugene. That's something that's tough to do. And Colorado's offense is crazy. I guess the best way to describe Colorado is like a more efficient ASU. And we did a good job shutting down the Arizona State offense, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to be able to do that again this Saturday at the Collie. So when it comes to Clay Helton's job, if he wins out, there's no way you could fire him. Even though I don't think he's the answer, I don't think he will be able to take USC to national prominence. If he wins the rest of the games this season, there's no way you can fire him because obviously he's getting the most out of that talent. And, you know, maybe it was Alabama's just that much better, but Stanford is not that good this season, and I think that Washington game kind of proved it. We could have beat Stanford. How do you guys feel about it when people say we, by the way? I know a lot of people are like, you don't play on the team. You know, I always say we because I spent $100,000 at USC, so like I own a piece of the team now for the rest of my life. And any of you other alumni, same thing. Anyways, off topic, back to the subject. If Clay Helton wins out, no, Stanford is not the Stanford of old. They have a brand new quarterback. It's not that good. They're down 5 injured starters on the defensive side of the ball. Their offensive line isn't as big and strong as it was. I mean, Josh Garnett is playing for the 49ers this year, and he's 330 pounds. I guess they're probably like 30 pounds lighter each guy. So it's not the same Stanford team. And I don't think Stanford has squeaked by every win this season except for the USC game. Yet against Washington, who are now the favorites in the Pac-12, they got demolished. They got destroyed, demoralized. I might go to that game, by the way, but maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. It depends on my win streak. If USC wins this Saturday, then maybe I'm going to go up to Seattle for that game, but that's neither here nor there. This weekend's going to be a great test for USC's offense and defense. And Vegas has the line at 4 points. USC's the favorite. So I think if they win, it's going to be a close game. I'm going to say 5 points. I think they beat the spread, but I don't think it's going to be as dominant as it was this past Saturday. And if it is, great, but I wouldn't be surprised if they lose either. You know, I still don't have faith in Clay Helton. And if they lose this weekend, Clay Helton might not be there the following week. But who knows? I think they should keep him on to the end of the season because continuity is good for the kids, but what can you do? I guess it's not even continuity. It has more to do with, like, you fired Lane Kiffin halfway through the season. You fired Steve Sarkisian halfway through the season. So to do it for a third time is just a bad look for everybody. But what do I know? And what about basketball? Golden State Warriors are back. Kevin Garnett scored 21 points, 7 boards, 7 assists. What happened, guys? I thought there was going to be enough touches for people, and Kevin Garnett was going to get upset because he wasn't going to be able to shoot as much.
Really, nigga?
Klay Thompson wasn't going to be able to shoot as much. Steph Curry wasn't going to be able to shoot as much. You guys have no idea who the Warriors are. The team is based on passing and getting the ball to the open man. It used to be that only 3 people were able to shoot the ball, sometimes 4 if you count Draymond. Well, guess what? All 5 people on the court, when they go to the Iggy, Curry, Thompson, KD, and Day-Day lineup, can shoot the ball. Nothing less than a championship is a disappointment this year. And that's me as a lifelong Warriors fan who's only seen 1 championship saying that. But I just think this lineup is just way too dangerous. And I feel like KD has the right temperament to go along with it. I mean, let's be honest. He was playing with Russell Westbrook for the past 3-4 years, and he didn't explode then. So now he's playing with people who don't hog the ball and actually like to pass and make smart plays. So there's no reason for him to ever get pissed off. 49ers, we suck. Next subject. Baseball. It is Wednesday. I don't know if I'm going to get this up on time, but the wild card is there. The Giants are playing in New York against the Mets to see who will go on to the NLDS, and I am pretty excited. It is an even year. Madison Bumgarner's going to be on the hill, and the team for the last week has been hitting the shit out of the ball. Excuse me, hitting the stuff out of the ball. So I know Syndergaard's pitching tonight, and he's deadly, but I'm liking the Giants' chances. I think this team knows how to win in the postseason. We've been there way too many times, and it's time for championship number 4 in 7 seasons. So I hope tonight's game is awesome, and I don't want a close game. I don't want a pitcher's duel. I want the Giants to shellac the Mets so that we don't have to deal with our bullpen. So anyways, final predictions. USC wins 35-30 over Colorado. Niners will lose again tomorrow night versus Arizona. Without Carson Palmer, I'm thinking it's going to be a closer game. So let's say it's 17-9. Giants will win 5-2 tonight, and the NBA hasn't started yet, so we'll see. But you heard it here first. You didn't hear it here first. You probably heard it a million different places. But my prediction for the NBA season: the Warriors are going to win 65 games, lose 17, and win their second championship in 3 seasons. That's going to do it for today. Hit me up next week. I should have another video up after the USC game. Hopefully I'll be talking about the San Francisco Giants in the National League Division Series versus the Cubs. And let's not talk about San Francisco 49ers football until they turn it around, because I mean, it's a dumpster fire. Peace. Fight on.